Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing Jennie from BLACKPINK. So I'm just going to switch over as if I was speaking to you, Jennie. Just read the description below if you don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know anything about the BLACKPINK bandmates, unfortunately, but they seem like sweethearts, right? Because the energy that I'm getting right here for you, Jennie, is you're just very playful. You're the life of the party is what I'm hearing. You just seem very sweet, very accommodating, very nice. They're showing me like Sailor Mercury, so I don't know if that's significant to you at all, or if that's more of just like your energy, because they're showing how they're showing me Sailor Mars and Sailor Mercury, and they're saying how both of them kind of carry masculine energies, but in two different ways. And so you're not overly feminine, like some of the other characters on the Sailor Moon series, but you have that masculine, like it's like this intellectual, clean, masculine vibe to you that Sailor Mercury has in those little anime series. So they're comparing you to her. And who is they is your guides. Your guides are coming through, and these specific guides that are coming through feel like they're your constituents. They feel very similar to you. The word I'm getting is familiar. So they're very familiar to you. So this is either people who've crossed over in this lifetime that you would be familiar with, or these are people from a past life, or as you were a spirit prior to incarnating here, existed very closely to you. And so as you age and as you grow, they're growing at the same pace. And so they're relating and validating for you that similar current. They're showing me that current and how you are all growing together in that way. You know, sometimes you have guides and ancestors that come through that are much, they come through as more of an elderly individual, right? Something's just different energies. And so these people come in in the same, very similar current as you do. And so they're also mentioning how there's, to validate that there are male and female type of, or masculine and feminine type of energies that are coming through. So it feels like a collective group of guides that are coming through, like a handful, like less than 7 guides, okay? But there's many, but less than 7, right? So and then they're showing me a car. They're showing me a car, a very nice car. Again, it looks like a classic car, clean car. And they're showing me, it kind of has like, it feels like a light tint to it, almost like a pale yellow or something like that. And they're highlighting this, and they're putting you in the car, and then they're putting like luxury brands, right? So I did the reading. Oh no, that was Tiffany. Okay, so I did the reading on Rose, and I mentioned that I noticed, because I was on the Tiffany website and I saw her name and I saw a picture of her, right? So I know that she's ambassador for Tiffany, but they were showing me kind of that same kind of like luxury brands, Chanel, Tiffany, but also like Rodeo Drive, right, in California. So they're showing me like, but clean, like clean streets, luxury suites. They're even showing me like the Beverly, like a hotel. They're showing me things like that. So there must be an association here. Maybe you're going there, or you're going to be connected there in some way, or you are connected there some way, or if there's an equivalent of something like that, somewhere that you're at or going to. But they're highlighting something like this as an event that is coming to fruition. Okay, so I don't think it's happened yet, or if it hasn't, it would have in the very recent past, like within the last several months, then this would have happened. And they're highlighting this, okay? And then they're highlighting a connection that feels like, so it feels like there's a group of people, okay? So I don't know if these are people that you work with or how you're connected to them. They feel like associates, right? And there's a slight tinge of a romantic connection that's involved in this that is not the main principle of why you were connecting with this person. It just kind of happened, like those feelings kind of flourished, but your guides are highlighting that it's not that big of a deal, right? Because it feels like there was some sort of issue that occurred with that. I don't know if, like, there was some sort of change that's involved in that. I don't know what was changing. But it doesn't feel that serious. I don't know if it was serious for you, but it kind of feels like it was serious at the time that it initially happened. That whatever this issue is, at the time, you did feel emotional about it. You did let it kind of get to you for a very short moment, but they're highlighting how you are very balanced. You're a very balanced individual in the sense that you like to think logically, you like to think productively. I think that's like your main course, is to think productively. Like, what is more productive for me? What is more conducive of what my goals are? What is, you know, so you don't really want your emotions to override what it is that you're doing, but you do allow yourself to feel feelings, right? So you're not so restrictive with yourself. You're very responsible with the way that you kind of handle your mental space. And so it feels like they're highlighting this, and then they're saying, so look at it in chapters. So the first chapter is the feelings getting involved, whatever kind of thing was happening there. Chapter number 2 is when the event happened that seems like it was like a little bit of conflict or like some sort of issue. Like it could be something that like it doesn't even have to do with both of you. It's kind of like external circumstances that kind of caused some sort of issue there, okay? It could be anything, right? Basically what I'm seeing is also like some sort of change, right? Or maybe you can't even connect with each other as much as you want to or something, right? So it doesn't even have to be against each other. It could be external circumstances against the two of you that are kind of causing that rift, right? So you can't connect as much as you would like to, that kind of thing. And then chapter number 3, they're highlighting as fortune, misfortune. And they're showing this as like this kind of like doorway, like a revolving door. So it's however you want to look at it, right? So someone can look at this in perspective of misfortune because they're focused on chapter 2 of like whatever this rift is. But the fortunate event is a really a huge shift and change in your environment. They're showing that this chapter number 3 is profitable. A lot of profit coming from this new chapter. It feels like a sudden event. I'm just seeing like this long beam, like bright white beam, and it's like drawing a line from that past and this moment, and how it's like it only takes one moment for your life to shift gears into something totally different, right? It's like when you sign a contract, like from the moment prior to signing the contract, your life is completely different, right? So it only takes like one little experience, one little incident to determine your trajectory. Maybe not for the rest of your life. It could potentially, if you can consider your choices, but it's going to make a drastic effect. And so there's something like that where there's a drastic effect that you choose to do that is going to completely transfer the way that you're living into a different way. And this is going to cause you to really see how little of a deal that situation was in chapter 2, like how little it was, and you're gonna feel good and you're gonna feel grateful that you didn't make it into a bigger deal than it was, because whatever this is that's happening or is going to happen for you is going to somehow make this clear separation in not just your mind but in reality, to see how much it really was not a big deal, They're confirming that, like, you are right, it's not a big deal, we're telling you it's not a big deal, and you're gonna see how minuscule that was, and you're gonna be grateful that you did not overreact. And there's a lot of fortune coming your way. It feels like practical, tangible fortune coming your way. They're showing me like you being presented with a lot of offers. You're being presented. They're showing me even like trophies, like you're holding a trophy. You're being presented with something. And there's a lot of like extra energy pointed, like direct energy pointed at you, a lot of energy pointed at you. And then I'm seeing green. There's like a green stone. I don't think it's not jade, but it's like, it's kind of like marble, like green marble, like something marbly like that. And they're pointing me towards that as pointing towards you. So that is supposed to be symbolic, like some sort of green marble. Maybe look into the spiritual properties of green marble. And that is symbolic of something that is pointing and directing its energy towards you. It's coming from an angle towards you, and that's unexpected. This is unexpected that's coming towards you, and they want to highlight this for you because as you are in this third chapter, and it doesn't feel like you're severing connection with this individual, right? You're not severing connection with this individual and these people, right? It's just now that issue has eradicated itself and you have so much going on for you that you're like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I didn't make such a big deal about that and make a big fuss about that, because like everything, I have everything going for me, everything's going really great, and that would have just, like, I wouldn't have been happy with myself if I allowed myself to kind of get up in arms about it. I just wouldn't be happy about it. It feels like you have a very, like you have integrity, good morals, just nice, like you're a very nice person. And so it just feels like you're sensitive to other people. And so it feels like, I don't think that you would do anything really like mean or anything, but to you would feel bad, like making an issue or like causing stress or something like that. Like it just feels like you're very aware and like intuitive, and just you're sensitive to other people's comfort. So, you know, you're very thoughtful. That's really what I'm trying to get at. You're very thoughtful. And so, like where you hold yourself to a high standard. And so that would, to other people, how you would have reacted, which you're not going to, but how you would have, or you could have reacted, to other people would not seem like a big deal at all, but to you it would, because you hold yourself to a very high standard. And again, you're very sensitive to that. And so, they're just highlighting this green marble energy, and how you're just gonna have, it just feels like something completely separate, right? That's a lot going on for you, positive and profitable and practical, and then some other energies coming in that's gonna really surprise you completely unexpectedly. And this is not planned by anyone around there. It's not like someone has you on their radar, and they want to pick you up for some sort of, you know, role in a movie or anything like that. It would literally be just fortune. It's fortune coming through, where it's not necessarily fated. It's just it's meant to happen to a certain capacity, to a certain degree, but it's because it's just like perfect timing. That's what I'm getting. It's perfect timing because of the way that you've executed everything leading up to this point. Okay, so let's pull a card here, and then we'll be done here. Creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate, the bloom. Exactly. It's just right timing, perfect timing. And I don't think I really necessarily highlighted this, but this is something that I was seeing, so I'm glad it came here again, where it's creations realized. So that's very important here, because it feels like, first of all, you know, with harvest and celebrate, it feels like you are someone who celebrates small wins. You're really someone that would be just like the perfect friend for someone. You always rally behind other people and their successes, and you really look forward to celebrating things. Just any little thing, it's a perfect time to celebrate. And so this is a time for you to celebrate yourself. This is a time for you to celebrate your own creations, your own passions, and have those realizations come into fruition. And so what the creations realize, I am highlighting from, it feels like just like these forever dreams, these forever desires, the potential of this occurring. It's very, you know, I don't know if these are things that are publicized necessarily. I think it is. So I think people who are like really diehard fans of you, Jennie, would know, like, oh, ever since she was a little girl, she wanted this, or these are some of the things that she's talked about she wanted to do, like all of these things, right? Ambassador for, you know, an animal organization, sanctuary or something, like all of these little things that you've dreamt of, I'm seeing are coming into fruition for you and more. So that's really what wants to be highlighted here. And you know, there's a big surprise coming on the horizon, and it feels like even after this green marble energy, there's a huge energy that's even surge behind that, even bigger than that, that feels like it's some sort of romantic energy, but I can't tell. I can't discern whether this is a real romance or this is like you being a star in a romance movie that's going to be like, you know, it's like Titanic, like it's legendary. Like, I don't know, but it feels legendary. And a massive energy that's coming in as just like a tidal wave. But that is brewing, that has been brewing in the background, but it's not going to come full force into your life until all of this other stuff happens, because it's going to really kind of just engulf you in that energy. Okay, so that's what I see, and I'll talk to you guys later.